Right from the word go, our distribution centers are bustling with activity. Multiple vendors dispatch goods daily, kickstarting a mega process every day. In simple terms, we operate on the hub and spoke model. Across Bangalore, Big Basket has in total 4 DCs and 15 dark stores. The replenishment of dark stores is done by the DCs, following which the dark stores hold inventories for around 3 to 4 days. And finally, the goods are dispatched to the customers directly from our dark stores.
Now when it comes to receiving, you can divide it into 2 major parts. So one is the normal receiving and one is the express receiving. So the normal receiving is done for whichever SKUs that we are receiving more than 750 quantity, and express receiving follows less than 750 quantity. So when the vendors do report to the DC, there are certain very close checks that are done. First is the FSSAI mark, then there are certain expiry norms, there are certain shelf life norms, and when it's chilled, the temperature on receiving, and after those checks only the acknowledgement copy will be handed over to the vendor and the stock will move towards the staging area. So this is the basic things that are followed in the receiving process at Big Basket. Coming to the first point, that is the layout. So we have the duplicacy of locations so that the operational guys, the G2 employees, are not working in the bulk areas. Planogram, actually we have some 3-4 specific parameters that we follow. So the first is the FIFO. So since the stock will get exhausted in the primary locations first, and then the stock will go from the secondary to the primary locations. The second is the sales and the MBQ. So whichever is less than 10 quantity sale per month will usually go to the first floor. The remaining fast moving SKUs will usually settle down on the ground floor. The third and very important in-house point, that is the damages. When you come to the planogram, the biscuit will always go into a shelf, or it will always, based on its quantity, it will always go into a location where it can be stacked such that it's not damaged. So these are the basic considerations that we make while making a planogram. So once the SKU is received and is brought to each of the racks according to the locations, the stacker will go to the SKU, he will scan the barcode of the SKU, the system will suggest a location for which the planogram is designated, and the stacker will come to the location, he will match the received versus stacked quantity, enter into the system, punch it, and finally put the physical stock in the pick location.
What makes our process unique when it comes to F&V is the fact that there is absolutely no space for middlemen.
I'll take you through our entire fruits and vegetable section. So here we receive 100% of stock from our collection centers. So every collection center we have a dedicated agronomist who works with farmers in turn to understand what is the cultivation, what farmers are doing, and when will they harvest, and what will be the quantity. And he even suggests to the farmers that which is the best crop which will give the best yield in their field. So based on the requirement of collection centers, farmers harvest, and based on that it comes to our collection centers. In collection center we ensure all the quality checks are done based on the BB standards. So every day twice we ship the stocks from collection centers to distribution centers. So in distribution centers, we have again a dedicated quality persons who are like agri background, who checks all the quality based on the BB standards. So after checking, it gets moved to our bulk storage area. From bulk storage area, then they take it down for the packing. in packing, every packer who does the packing of those particular SKU, they are aware of the BB standards. So whenever the product meets the quality check, they do the packing. So after packing is done, they move it to the picking area from where it gets picked and then dispatched to our dark stores. So all this cycle happens within 24 hours. What does that mean? Within 24 hours of the crop getting harvested, it's being sent to the customer's home. That is how fresh we ensure the product reaches the customers. We procure meat from one of the most prominent meat player of India, and the second part is processing. In processing, what we do is we check all the quality parameters before processing. That is like we check the temperature, which should be less than 1 degree, and we check any foul smell is there or any additional fat or any extra foreign particles are there. If all the quality parameters are meeting, only then we take it for processing. So at processing, we do cutting for various parts, various SKUs. After processing is done, we do weighing of it. After weighing is done, we do the labeling. Once the labeling is done, we move all the products to -5 degrees temperature, which retains the quality of the meat till it reaches customer point. So after storing is done, based on the customer orders, we ship all the products and the required quantity in right temperature to the dark stores. Throughout meat supply chain, we ensure the temperature is maintained between 0 to 5 degrees, which is exactly the required temperature for meat freshness.
Coming to the order printing station, the basic criteria of that is to make sure that we print the labels of the order IDs that the pickers are supposed to pick, and we are supposed to dispatch it to the respective hubs. The basic process revolves around the pickers having a unique picker ID, and the orders are already embedded into the system according to a time when the orders are downloaded, and based on the picker IDs, there is an order allocator who is allocating all these orders to the picker ID specifically. Once the picker has taken the order ID labels from the order pick station, the picker will take a trolley and a few crates so that the order can be picked. The first order ID label will be taken and it will be placed on the crate. The picker will scan the order ID label. So once the order ID label is scanned, the device will show the first SKU and the location and the quantity that the picker is about to pick. So the picker will travel to that particular location, will pick the stock in that particular quantity and will place it in the crate. This process will go on till the entire order is completed. So once the order is posted, the device itself will give up a dialog saying which hub to move the particular crates to. And the picker will take the crates and will actually go and place it in the particular hub staging area. Once the picker has placed the crates that the picker has picked onto the hub staging area, the loader will go to that respective staging area, will pick up that pallet and will load it into the vehicle. Now each of these vehicles are designated to go to one specific dark store which we have across the city. So that particular vehicle will be dispatched to that particular store. So that's how the entire dispatch works.
The process of our dark store is much similar to our distribution centers. The only difference is they are smaller in size and the process is a lot quicker.
So the stocks, the goods which has been dispatched from DC. So the moment it dispatches, we just get an alert in the message key, the vehicle has been moved from the DC. Once it reaches the point, our security guards goes to the driver, he takes the documentation and he checks with the seal which has been signed by the DC and checks with the number. Once the number matches, he breaks the seal. Once it is done, the security stands there and he checks the number of NCs, the number of crates, the number of pallets which will be received. So he acknowledges with the gate pass with the physical matches. Once it is done, the stock's been reaching the staging part. Once the stagings happen, then the associates comes with the rack wise, they take the stocks and they stack it in the rack which has been assigned. Stacking in dark store, the stacker goes to the staging area, he picks up the products He scans the SKU. Based on the stacking, he have to open the stacking GRN app. The moment SKU is scanned, it shows the location where exactly the stocks need to be stacked. The stacker reaches to the location and he stacks the product with the counting of physical count, what exactly have been received on a hand, and he just stacks and he gives the enter the quantity which have been stacked. Before picking process, we have to ensure that the number of associates which are available with the shift wise. Basically, we do orders of bike slot and van slot. Once the order has been come in the system, we have an order allocator who assigns the order to the particular associates. When the card has been assigned to them, they take the print label, they move to the card staging area, they scan the card, they link the card and the number of crates and the number of stickers which they want to paste it over, they paste it, and they start picking with all the products which has been customer ordered with the individual compartment and with individual crates where it has been assigned in the picking app. Once the picking is completed completely, the cards been moved to the hub area as per slot wise, like whichever the slot the dispatch have to be taken place, it goes there. After that, the OCs assign the orders to the Cs or the bikers. With the route, they just take the products and they do the QC at the time of before dispatch, whether the quality is perfect and the quantity which has been ordered to the customers are 100% there. Bikes have 2-hour slots and van has 3-hour slots. The bike has been assigned with the route. The one biker can carry 4 orders and he takes and he delivers in the time slot. In van dispatch, like there are drivers. We have 2 types of van deliverers, one with CPOs and we have another one which has called as driver plus C. He takes the orders, 11 orders or 12 orders which is assigned to him with the route, and he checks the number of crates which have been assigned to him and number of customer orders, and he does the QC. Apart from that, chill boxes, everything, he loads in the van and he moves for the delivery.
Currently in Bangalore, we are having 4 distribution centers and 15 dark stores. On the team strength, we have 7,000 people who are working with us. We consider the people who are working with us as our family members, and we ensure that they are optimally very happy. To ensure the same things, we have taken cares and measures for their periodic improvement and development. We have a trust policy wherein we support our employees with 10,000 rupees for their child's education, provided they have worked with us for 18 months. We give lunch, dinner at very discounted rates. Apart from that, we have rewards and recognition programs every month. We have rockstar programs every year. Apart from that, we periodically keep on motivating our employees to perform better, as a result of which the employees who have been working with us are very, very happy, and the attrition rates are very, very minimal over a period of time. And it is not only in Bangalore, it is also in Pan-India. We categorize our employees into 2 parts, that is G1 and G2. G1 employees are the employees who are at supervisory level, and G2 employees are the normal workers. The attrition level in G1 employees is very, very low, and in G2 employees, which constitute 75% of our workforce, their attrition is also very much under check. We take care of our employees, we ensure that they are happy, because a productive employee will be more productive in their works.
At Big Basket, we make sure our customers get the best of everything. To ensure that, our entire team works constantly towards keeping our process smooth and efficient.